Hello everybody, happy Tuesday and hope all of you are having a great day so far. So this is your third stimulus check update and fourth stimulus package update. I will also be going over the latest news surrounding a $200 increase in your monthly Social Security benefits. So guys, just be sure to stay until the end of this video to never miss out on a very important information. So right now, millions of Americans are still facing food insecurity because of the crisis. But the good news is that Joe Biden's American Rescue Plan includes $12 billion for food assistance programs like SNAP benefits. But folks, here's what Senator Mitt Romney has to say about your Social Security benefits.
Honestly dismayed at the opposition party on this front. The president put a proposal on the table. He indicated a great deal of flexibility. He even put forward Bob Posen's proposal of a, if you will, a graduated inflator rate for higher income people as a way to solve the problem, and laid that on the table. And the Democratic Party came back and said, "There's no problem. We don't need to solve this," which I thought was not the answer he expected, and certainly not the answer America needed.
Now, if you guys have not received your $400 stimulus check, you may still be eligible for the money. About 159 million stimulus payments have already been sent since Joe Biden signed the stimulus bill. And if you guys are on federal benefits like SI or SSDI, just know that beneficiaries who do not typically file a tax return do not need to do anything in order to receive their stimulus check. However, if they have dependents who are eligible for stimulus payments, the IRS encourages them to file a tax return so that they are included. In addition to the IRS Free File program, certain people may qualify for free assistance with preparing tax returns. Now folks, let's go over Mitt Romney's plan for Social Security benefits. Mitt Romney's amendment would affect the entire Social Security program, including retirement and disability benefits. Remember that Social Security is completely self-funded and separate from other federal spending. Despite Social Security's role in providing seniors with baseline financial security, the Trust Act does not require its users, its rescue committees, to consider the adequacy of current benefits or the human impact of potential cuts. Retirees would then be relegated to the status of figures on a balance sheet. Now folks, this stimulus package also phased out checks more quickly than the previous rounds. So while the income threshold remained at $75,000, those earning $80,000 or more received nothing. The American Rescue Plan also expanded the pool of eligible dependents to include dependents over the age of 16. The IRS determined that the stimulus check amount is based on the most recent tax return that it has on file.
Talking about number one, what should be included in the package. Obviously, I put a lot in the package. I think it all should be included, and how to pay for it. And there are two issues. I've noticed everybody's for infrastructure. The question is who's going to pay for it, and that's what we're going to try to work out today, at least in this bipartisan group of members of the House and Senate. And a little secret here, going on full disclosure. I asked senators and congressmen who would either been governors or mayors, because they know what it's like to make things work, to make sure that you get things done and deal with infrastructure and the needs of your community. So that's why we're here. Hopefully we'll be able to reach some kind of consensus, at least in broad terms. So thank you all for coming in, and we'll be talking to you later.
Mr. President, what do you think about the idea of paying for it with user fees?
That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about all that right now. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Recovery and create good-paying jobs for American workers. That's why infrastructure, big, bold infrastructure, remains at the top of our priority list. There isn't a community in this country without some glaring infrastructure challenge. Be they crumbling roads, bridges, or school buildings, aging sewer systems, housing property, or an under-reliable internet. If America is going to compete in the 21st century, we can't have an infrastructure that's stuck in the last century. So Congress, in coordination with the Biden administration, is going to work on a comprehensive jobs and infrastructure bill this year. Today at the White House, President Biden will meet with members from both parties. We'll hear from 4 cabinet-level officials on the details of the American Jobs Plan, Secretary Buttigieg, Raimondo, and Fudge, as well as EPA Administrator Michael Regan. Later in the week, the Democratic Steering and Outreach Committee We'll hear from Secretaries Buttigieg and Raimondo on the President's Build Back Better agenda. And the Democratic caucus will meet with the Director of the National Economic Council, Brian Deese, on the same subject. As the Senate begins to shape the contours of a comprehensive infrastructure bill, I will soon move to have the Senate take up a bipartisan water infrastructure bill. This legislation, the Drinking Water and Infrastructure Act, was advanced by the Environmental and Public Works Committee on a unanimous vote earlier this year. It will authorize tens of billions of dollars to make sure American families, especially low-income families, have access to safe and clean drinking water. The Drinking Water Bill could represent a small but important first step in our bringing our two parties together on the work of infrastructure. I salute Chairman of EPW, Tom Carper of Delaware, and Ranking Member, Senator Capito of West Virginia.
Over the past few weeks, my Republican colleagues and I spent quite a bit of time making sure the American people know just how little of President Biden's $2+ trillion infrastructure plan will fund actual infrastructure plans to fix roads, bridges that are so in need of repair. These are things that the Tennesseans have repeatedly told me they want to see in a bill. Fix the roads, fix the bridges. What do they want to be taken out of that bill? They want to get rid of some of these provisions that have nothing to do with infrastructure. Nothing. So imagine their disappointment. People that are ready for a highway bill, that are ready for a transportation bill, that are ready for an infrastructure bill. Imagine their disappointment when they discovered that all the funding that they had hoped was going to go to potholes and expanding lanes on the interstate and fixing flooded back roads would instead be spent on electric cars, union advocates, and climate change ambassadors. Madam President, I know pothole repair isn't flashy, but it's what Tennesseans need. An electric car does not do you one bit of good when you're going to have a 4x4 to go pull it out of the mud every single time it rains. We're pretty practical people, and my wish would be that my colleagues...
So that's all of the news in this video, everybody. If any of you guys found this video useful and helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications.